Ladies, if you wear wigs, weaves, braids, or extensions,
and if you're tender-headed like me,
or tangled just like me,
or have thick hair like mine,
or hate getting your hair combed,
keep watching! You ready? Hey guys, I've been getting a lot of questions asking why did I create TM Hair Products, or what was my motivation for creating TM Hair Products. This was my motivation, guys. My 4 daughters, they motivated me to create TM Hair Products. But I also thought it was important that you get to know the people behind the brand, because a lot of times products are made for us but not by us. But when we make products for us, we get to focus on the things we deal with regularly, like tangles, knots, single strand knots, dryness. We get to focus on those things because we're making the products for us. We deal with those issues every day. So that's why I created TM Hair Products. But it all started when my daughter, we call her Big T, when Big T started going through puberty, her hair started to change. It was very dry, very brittle. I couldn't get it to get the softness that it was used to having before. So, mind you, she started going through puberty at about 8 or 9. So I had already had this The Voice. We call her The Voice. And this is Pigs. So I had already had The Voice, Big T, and Pigs. So I had 3 daughters. So I was already tackling 3 different hair types, 3 different hair issues. But when she started going through puberty, I started mixing stuff, and my husband started calling me a kitchen chemist. So I started mixing stuff just to get her hair back the way I know it could have been. But of course that didn't work. So I started, you know, as a mother, I started buying everything off the shelves in the store, trying to make it work for her hair, and it just didn't work. You guys, I bought so much stuff. I could have had a small island. I could have bought a small island to live on for the amount of money I spent on products, just trying to correct her hair problems. But what I decided to do was I decided to try more natural and organic products. So there was this product, it was natural and organic. So I bought it and it did better. It made her hair better. It wasn't where I wanted it to, but it was the best that I had at the time. So I started to use it. I continued to use it. And mind you, this place was like 35 minutes from my house, an hour or so in traffic. So I would drive across town. Y'all know how we are with our hair products. I would drive across town just to get this product for her. And I remember the day my life changed very vividly, you guys. I remember it like it was yesterday. I went to the store to get the products, and I walked to the sales clerk and I told her what I wanted. It was about 3 or 4 products I had to use to get her hair in a decent condition. And the sales clerk was like, "We're out." And I was like, "What do you mean you're out?" She was like, "Well, we're out." And she said, "You can put your name on this waiting list, and when the products come in, we'll call you." So, mind you guys, my daughters had a formal event to go to that weekend. So I asked the sales clerk, I said, "Well, how long would it take to get the products?" And she said about 2 weeks. Of course, you guys know, my heart sank. I'm like, 2 weeks? I need it this weekend. They have a formal event to go to, so I need it this weekend. So, long story short, you guys, I remember standing in the store at that moment, and I told myself, I remember telling myself, this will never happen to me again. I was angry with myself because I had no other options. So what I had to do is I had to go home and mix up a concoction for them to even get to the formal events they had to go to. Now, after that, I started doing research myself. I started studying what it takes to moisturize black hair, ingredients that moisturize, strengthen black hair, to help black hair to grow and thrive. That was my focus. But I started focusing mainly on what her problem was. I wanted to correct what her problem was. So I came up with, at the time, I felt like her hair needed conditioning. So I came up with a conditioner. It was a conditioner first. This detangler here, it was first a conditioner. Now, Once I started using it as a conditioner, I immediately noticed the change in her hair. Immediately. Her cuticles closed, her hair had more shine, it was more gloss immediately. Now all the problems weren't corrected, but I immediately noticed that I was on the right track with what I had. Now, I started using it on The Voice, and then I started using it on Pig. Now, mind you, she was 8, so she was about 6, and she was about 4. So I started using it on all 3 of their heads. Now, The Voice here is very, very tender-headed. So when I started using it on her hair, she noticed the change. Now, mind you, let me back up a little bit, guys. I used it as a conditioner, and I started seeing their hair grow. I started seeing the results of it being used as a conditioner. Their hair started to grow. But with their hair texture, it became more coily, so it would tangle more. So that was another issue I had to tackle. I had tackled, okay, I needed it to be soft. I needed it to be shiny. I needed it to be healthy. I had tackled those issues. But as the hair began to grow, it started to tangle more. So I went back to the drawing board doing research. I wanted to keep the conditioning part of it. I didn't want to lose that. So I went back to the drawing board, tweaked some of the ingredients, and then it became a detangler. So it became a detangling conditioner. So as I used it, like I said before, The Voice is very tender-headed. And she came to me and noticed a difference in her hair. Did you?
Yes, I did.
She noticed a difference in her hair. Now, mind you, there were little kids at the time when I first started making the product. And The Voice used to tell me, she was probably in like 3rd grade. What did she used to tell me about the product? Do you remember?
Say, first it smelled really good, there's that. And then I knew when my mom would detangle my hair, when she'd comb it, like I'd never say ow. Like I'd just sit there, like I could fall asleep. I could do my homework. I could sit watching TV, and I wouldn't say ow. Like I wouldn't feel like any pain when she was detangling my hair at all. So
right. And also she would tell me, Mom, you need to sell this. You remember telling
yes,
that? And what did I used to tell you?
You used to say no, like this is for us. Yeah.
Guys, this product was never meant for sale. Let me be clear. When people ask, well, what differs your products from other products? Every ingredient in these products were handpicked by me to tackle a specific issue I was having with my daughters. These products were never for sale. She used to ask me ever since she was in probably like 3rd grade. She used to say, Mom, you need to sell this stuff. And I was like, no, I just wanted it for you guys' hair. I just wanted to work for you guys' hair. It was never meant for sale. So mind you, as time went on, their hair started to grow. That's when I had Mamas. This is Mamas. We call her Mamas. So when I had Mama's hair was very dry. So Big T hair is dry, and Mama's hair, they have the most dry hair. So that's when I mainly focused on the Perfect Assist Styling Aid. The Perfect Assist Styling Aid is rich in natural and organic ingredients, and it's butters and oils, and it's balanced to not leave the hair very oily and very greasy. And I use it on everything except for silk pressing. These girls and myself, we just used the Smooth Through Detangler to silk press our hair. That's it. No additional oils, silk serum, butters, or anything. So we use the detangler as a deep conditioner. Now, back to the story. Mama's and Big T hair is very dry. So I went back to the drawing board, I wanted something that was very moisturizing, but I cannot stand, you guys, I cannot stand greasy hair. I don't like grease on my couch. I don't like grease on my pillowcases. I don't like greasy hair, so I had to find a way to make the ingredients balanced where it would leave the hair moisturized but not greasy. That was the trick. Now, once I had done that, everything was fine, and my daughters would go to school and people would notice immediately and be like, what are you using on her hair? What are you using on her hair? And I remember I used to make it in a little pot. I'd make me about 4 or 5 bottles. And I used to make it and just give it away because it wasn't a big deal. I was just like, oh, okay, I like it for my girls, and people ask. So I would just make it and give it away. Now, as time progressed, mind you, we're going to fast forward about 7 or 8 years now. These girls are in high school. She's a senior. She's about to graduate. She's a sophomore. She's on her way to high school. Well, Mama's is still in elementary. But I had the opportunity a while ago to make the product for sale, and I declined because, again, I just wanted it for my girls. I declined because I was like, well, you know what? I just need it for them. It works for them, and it wasn't a big issue. And if you go back and look at my YouTube videos, I was making it then, my early YouTube videos. I was using the products then, but I would never say a name. I would never, because it wasn't for sale. It was never intended to be sold. So fast forward more time, the opportunity was presented again, and my husband was one of the people who was like, look, I see these girls' hair, and you need to do something with this because you have something special here. And I didn't really think much of it. It just did what I needed it to do. But for him to say that, and I have been using it, mind you guys, I have been using this for about, what, 7, 8 years maybe? Before she was born, and she's 8. Before she was born, I had been using it, and he told me, he said, well, you have something special here, and I think you really need to put it out and tell your story of how the products came to be. So guys, that is our story. We are TM Hair Products. We are what you see on the videos. We are you. I'm a mother. I'm sure a lot of you guys are mothers, and we all have the same issues. And that was one of the things that that was my concern. For me, I kept feeling like, well, nobody else have hair issues like my daughter's hair issues. And my husband would tell me all the time, hair is hair. Everybody has different hair issues. Everybody has a hair issue. So we just took the leap of faith, guys, and thanks to you and your support, we were able to put TM Hair Products out as a brand and want to get to know you guys and let you guys get to know us, because we are making products for people like us, people that look like us, people that have hair like us, people who have the same hair situations that they want to deal with like ours. Our hair is not special. We have to take care of it. We have to wrap it. It tangles. We have the same issues that you do, except for me as a mother. When I create products to tackle those issues, not to make a brand. And I'm going to say that again, guys. I make products to tackle whatever issue I'm having with my girls versus, oh, I want to come out with a brand. Everything I come out with is because I've had an issue with either with my hair, with their hair, and that I wanted to fix. I wanted to correct it. So we are TM Hair Products again, and I'm glad you have taken the time to hear our story. Now you get to know us, and we thank you for watching. See you later, guys. We'll talk to you in the next video. Bye, guys.
Bye.
Bye.